You now own and operate an online business. So pretty much overnight, times have changed. All right. So it's important to keep in mind that the way you're operating is going to also have to change. You now pretty much own a desk job. A lot of us were behind computers a lot already owning a gym. Time is going to be spent behind it a little bit even more. So just kind of one of the things you just have to take with a grain of salt and deal with it. I think right now more than ever, you need to learn the fundamentals of online marketing and copywriting, such as creating headlines or, just kind of like what we talked about in this video, adding buttons, branding packages, things like that are going to go far in making your program stand out from a lot of the competition, because we essentially are competing now with big brands, other brands, and a lot more people. However, our marketing pool is also bigger because now we can help people anywhere in the world or anywhere in the United States because it's all virtual and online. There is potential here. There's big potential for a new income stream because now you have something to sell anyone. And one thing that I see this going really well for gyms is you now have a package and a program to sell all those athletes who loved your gym but had to move away because they got transferred for work or for their jobs. When you create these online programs, even if you just go through your canceled athletes who have moved away from your gym and you let them know about what you're doing now that it's online and they can still work with you, your chances of them converting some of those into paying athletes into your at home, your group programs or individual programs, even better, because those people probably still really love you and would love to do business with you, but don't have the opportunity. Another potential side of how this will change your gym is you now infinitely have the ability to scale an online business infinitely. Whereas sometimes with our gyms in our local towns, we're restricted to just, how many people live in our area. So I think that creates a really awesome opportunity for all of us to continue to grow. And one thing is you must give more one-on-one attention, especially as people are at home. So keep that in mind, regularly checking in even more than what you have been with athletes, phone calls, text message, emails, really stay on top of them. Because again, if they're engaged, they'll stick around. If they're not engaged, they won't stick around. Things to keep in mind for the time being is possibly having to lay off staff and coaches. It's just, the cards that we've been dealt. So prepare however you need to be able to do that. It's not easy, but it's the shoes you take on owning a business. So if you need to lay off staff, coaches, whatever it is, so that way there's, obviously money to pay your salary employees or even for you to take home, a paycheck, then it's just something you have to do. So prepare yourself for those conversations and whatever information you need to have those conversations. Things to keep in mind is now's the time to do more of the work yourself, where maybe as in the past, some of the items that you would have hired out, it's time, to do that work yourself so you can kind of conserve that money and save it for various things. If you haven't already, look at your profit and loss statement, look at the expenses that you have and see what unnecessary expenses can be cut or paused right now. If there's things on that P&L that you don't necessarily need or maybe only apply to in-gym services, you maybe can hold or pause, go ahead and do it. Again, I think a lot of us have already went through this stage, but postpone, talk to your landlord, speak to him, possibly postpone the rent. One strategy that I think is good for the rent postponing is not necessarily say that, 3 months from now you'll pay it all again, but maybe take, whatever April's rent and divide that number by 12 and then add that amount on. So whatever, say your rent is whatever, say it's $100, $1,200 for the year. Take that $100 and add $100 on to each future month until that $1,200 is paid off. If your rent was $1,200, because I think that's going to help not gouge your pocketbook with having to pay double rent 1 month. And your landlord, if they're kind of a cool person, they're probably down to help you with it because they want to keep you there. So again,